Bro, this man is so weird, bro.
No, bro. You gotta be weird, bro.
I'm about to see her today, though. After school.
Where y'all
To the basketball court, soccer field.
going? She played basketball.
I mean, yeah.
Encoding overloaded. Consider turning down video settings.
Wait, you can body you? You can body you?
I don't know.
You can try to body.
Yeah, she tries to lie. Defense. Bro, yesterday, remember when I got that
Well,
layup? It was.
hopefully this is working.
He got a layup, and he went like flying.
And I made it.
We probably would have won because like almost all of our shots were down one.
Exactly. No, there was no foul call.
There was no foul call, and the guy after the second half stopped trying to score.
Yeah, because he wanted to program a little bit. So.
Was it a game or a scrimmage?
It was a scrimmage.
So, but he made their score look better than.
So it was really we won, but the score said we lost by 30.
Yeah, but the end score was 62-36 because he didn't count any of our points.
In the whole second half, bro.
All right. Well, hopefully this live stream is working.
Yeah, keep working on it, Mr. O.
If it's not,
Those kids were actually like,
I guess if it's not working, then the guys at home won't know. But if it is working, feel free to send me a Jupyter message and let me know. Because I'm using OBS, so I can't see the live stream comments. So I'll keep an eye on my Jupyter messages. So if there's something you want to go over, let me know that. Hey, would you stop talking? I'm live streaming right now. I'm speaking to my students who are not with us in the flesh.
is that today online?
I don't know. Spit your gum out.
I'm not chewing though.
What are you chewing then? I'm sorry?
I'm not chewing anything. I'm not chewing anything.
Okay, I hope so. All right. Answers you want repeated from problem set 54. Anybody? Anybody?
Wait, 24.
Any answers you want repeated from problem set 54? Sorry, did I say 24?
Can you repeat number one?
Number one is, yes, thank you.
Two?
Is 94.
Yep.
Number five?
I didn't get that one.
This is the last one I'll give you. Number 5 was skipped.
Wait, then,
Wait, number 5 you skipped?
no, we didn't.
Oh, no, we didn't. Sorry, number 5 is 182.4.
Oh, I still got it.
All right.
I want
Problems that you want to go over. So have your textbooks open to pages 222 and 223. Problems from this problem set that you would like to review.
16.
Yes y seis. Okay, I can do that one. Sedecim, for those of you Latin elocuentes. All right, so in number 16.
Oh, no, I meant 26. My bad.
Oh, you meant vicesimo sextos. All right.
Yeah.
So, problema vicesimo sextum.
Silencie, por favor.
They asked us to evaluate. Please stop talking.
I wasn't even talking with him.
What?
It was him who just made that comment.
Your voices are very distinct from each other's.
No, they're not. Me and Harrison.
Would you just stop contradicting everything I say? I'm not contradicting everything you say. Alright. This is to evaluate, meaning find the value of x squared minus x y to the negative 2 minus parenthesis negative y close parenthesis to the negative 2.
Oh my
Alright, now, the only way to find the value of this is if we plug in values for the variables. What do they tell us our variables are?
X equals 3.
X equals 3.
Y equals negative 8.
Y equals, no.
Oh.
What do they tell us? What do they tell us? They don't tell us what y equals.
2y minus 5 equals 11.
Yeah, 2y minus 5 equals,
11.
no,
Negative 11.
negative 11. All right, so what do we do?
Add 5 on both sides.
Add 5 to both sides. What do we get? 2y equals
Negative 6.
negative 6. So y equals,
Negative 4.
all right, so x is 3 and y is negative 3. If you didn't get that right, that would be where you went wrong.
Yeah.
So then at this point, right, x squared is 3 squared minus 3 times negative 3 to the negative 2 minus negative 3 to negative 2. Notice how when I put my values in here, I put them in parentheses, or brackets in this case because it's already inside parentheses. This is especially important with y, because y is what?
-3.
is negative. The value of it is negative. So to keep track of those negative signs, we need the parentheses. All right, 3 squared is 9. Remember, order of operations, what comes first?
Parentheses.
Then
Exponent.
exponents. So please do the exponents before you do any multiplication. So 3 squared is 9. 3. What's -3 raised to the -2 power?
+9.
Not positive 9. What does it mean to raise something to the -2 power?
1/9.
Right, it's 1/9. Because we square the thing and then put it on the bottom of a fraction. So we square -3, we get +9, and then we put it on the bottom of a fraction. Minus, alright, now here we're going to have to do parentheses first. These two negative signs, what happens with them?
Positive.
Right, they cancel out, becomes +3. And then what's +3 raised to the -2 power?
1/9.
1/9 also. Because we square +3, we get +9, and then we put it on the bottom of a fraction because we had a negative exponent. Alright, so we've got 9/1 minus 3/9. 3 times 1/9 is 3/9, yes. Minus 1/9. Or we could say 9/1 minus what?
Huh?
Right, 3 times 1/9 is 3/9,
Yeah.
yes? So how can we simplify this? 9/1 minus what? Instead of saying minus 3/9 minus 1/9, we could say what?
-4. 4/9.
Yeah, minus 4/9.
4/9.
Yeah.
You get 5/9.
The easiest way to do this, well, be careful, that's not 9/9, it's 9/1. Right, we need to have common denominators. The easiest way to do this,
81/9. 81/9.
easier than that in my opinion here, is we can rewrite it like this. 9, let's rewrite it as 8 and 9/9. Right? 8 and 9/9 is the same as 9. Yes? Right, because 9/9 is 1, and 8 plus 1 is 9.
Yeah.
Yes? Okay, so we've got 8, and we've got 9/9 minus 4/9. So what are we left with?
8 and 5/9.
Yeah, 8 and 5/9. Now you could have, yes, you could have written this as 81/9 minus 4/9. You could have done that too, and you would have gotten what?
77/9.
77/9, which is the same thing as this. Notice we can convert this to an improper fraction if we want. 9 times 8 is what?
72.
Plus 5 is?
77.
Yeah, that's also 77/9. But either one of these answers
Is number
is fine. I think this one's a little bit easier to do in this particular.
the one above it, is that a -3 or -5?
The one above what?
Why?
Here?
That's a 3.
Value y is a -3. Because 2y is -6.
I know what I did wrong.
Yeah, so if you made an error there, then that would have messed you up.
Would I still be right if I put 77/9?
Either of these answers is fine. Either one is okay.
I think I subtracted 5. So I got -16.
Yeah, I mean, it might have been that it would have changed your whole answer if you had something different for y. I don't know. I mean, I could check your arithmetic, or you can check your arithmetic. I mean, on a test or something, I would check your arithmetic in that case when I was correcting it. And if you did the arithmetic correct from that point, you'd lose 2 points because there's just the single mistake, and then you did the rest of it right. All right, other problems that you want to go over from problem set 26. Sorry, why am I saying 26? Because that's number. From problem set 54 on pages 222 or 223.
54.
Pencil.
How about 10 and 11? Did you guys get 10 and 11 right?
Already answered.
Well, you
Oh,
were here when I read
got
the answers.
2,3 and -1,
Yeah, that sounds right.
He said the answer for 10.
Go ahead.
It's 2,3, like for the, and then for 11 it's -1, 2.
I got 11.
Should we go over one of those?
Sure.
Which one?
10.
10, all right. We're using substitution to solve for x and y. So we need 2 parts to our answer. We have a system of equations where we have 2 simultaneous equations. 2x plus y equals 7. And we have x equals -3y plus 11. What do we have to do in order to be able to come up with a solution for one of these equations?
We gotta plug in the bottom one to the top one and take out the x.
Right. We need to find a way to rewrite one of these equations so that it only has one variable in it. And as you point out, since we've already got x by itself down here, we can plug this, negative 3y plus 11, into the top equation instead of x, and then we won't have x in that equation anymore, we'll only have y. Alright, so when we rewrite it, what will we have?
2 parentheses, negative 3 plus y. Oh, negative 3y plus 11, parentheses, plus y equals 7.
Yes, question.
Wait, would you get the same answer if you took y and minused it and put it on the other side, and then took, like, and then you did it like, and but then you did it with y?
Say it again. You mean like if you did this, if you rewrite this guy as y equals
Yeah. But it would be
7 minus 2x?
Yeah.
You could do that. And then you could do y equals 7 minus 2 times this. That'll work out the same way.
Well, wouldn't it be negative
No, because I left y on the left where it was. All I did was subtract 2x from each side.
1? Oh, yeah.
You could do that. This is a little bit easier. This has fewer steps in it. But yes, you can do that. You can manipulate these equations in any way that you want, as long as you're following the rules and keeping them equivalent, doing the same thing on both sides each time. It's just a question of what's going to be most convenient. So here, the easiest thing, because we've already got x by itself, is just plug it in for x there. All right, so now let's solve this equation.
Negative 6y plus 22 plus y equals 7.
Yes, first we get rid of the parentheses, then we do what?
Other term.
Yep, so we get,
Negative 5y
yep,
equals negative 15.
yeah, so we also subtracted 22 from each side, and we negative 5y equals negative 15, so then y equals
Positive 3.
positive 3, right? Because negative 15 divided by negative 5 gives us positive 3. All right, so y equals 3, excellent. Now let's find x.
So we get,
Well, it's easy to find x.
Yeah, negative 3y, parentheses, 3,
Negative 3
parentheses,
times 3
plus 11.
plus 11, right? Because we found out that y was 3, so we just plug it in here. So we get what? X is equal to?
Negative 9 plus 11, 2.
And x is 2. Okay, so our answer is
2, 3.
2, 3. We'll write it as an ordered pair with x first and y second. Please don't mix that up. It just goes in alphabetical order, just like we would expect.
How about I take the root?
All right. Other problems from this that you want to go over? That was the topic of the most recent lesson, so hopefully it wasn't causing you too much difficulty. Anybody? Going once? Hopefully I'm actually live. It says I've been live for 13 minutes, but nobody sent me a Jupiter message to let me know whether I'm live.
Where's your live?
I'm counting on Matthew to be on
I can try to join real quick.
YouTube. Yeah, you want to do that?
Yeah. What's it, on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on my YouTube channel. Are you subscribed?
No. I need to unsubscribe to that right now.
Oh, man. You're not subscribed?
No.
How am I supposed to hit 1,000 and be able to stream from my mobile device?
Because, wait, you can't.
What is it? What's your YouTube?
Avalon Distance Learning Magister O.
Like, I'm not trying to have that stuff pop up. You're like, oh, watch my
Right.
video.
Well, maybe it would be a better use of your time than some other things.
Oh, I
How
need to
come
watch
you
a
don't
light.
use Zoom?
I would rather watch
Hmm?
a light.
How come you don't use Zoom?
Because then I have to let people in. With the YouTube, then it also records and posts automatically.
It does say you're live.
So it does say I'm live. Can you watch the live stream?
I mean, I can try.
Would you?
He's gonna get an ad mark.
No, because I can't.
Yeah, I should monetize these videos. Start raking in the bitcoins.
It's not working.
It's not?
Well, for me, because I have to use Safari because my YouTube app,
Okay.
half of my screen is broken, so I
Gotcha.
can't hit the search button.
All right. Well,
Shut up, Reed.
let's continue on. Let's continue. Turn to page 224.
It says one watching though.
Alright, well, maybe that's me. I don't know, maybe it's you. Who knows? One, I've got like 3 guys at home. Should all be watching.
No, I bet you know.
I
If
disappoint.
Isaiah's not here because Isaiah's probably
Wait, what's the point of watching the thing
Say,
that's gonna be marked absent anyways?
You might learn something.
No, I'm not doing it. If I'm sick because I'm missing school, like that's the reason I'm missing school. I'm not going online.
Yeah, same.
Like
I suspect that most of the guys, actually I know that most of the guys who are out today are not sick. They were just unable to get here.
I know Isaiah probably just didn't want.
Okay, great. Alright, so fractions. Talk more about fractions. Fractions within fractions. Hey, dude, I heard you like fractions, so I put some fractions inside fractions so you could do fractions while you do fractions. What if we have something that looks like this? A over B over C over D. Something like this.
Wow.
Wow. Such fraction. So algebra. Wow.
So garbage.
Okay. Can we simplify this?
B, C, B, B.
No.
A, B, C, -1, D, -1.
Okay, so a couple ways we can think of this. One, the way that I prefer to think of it is this way. Remember what the fraction line means. What does the fraction line mean? Means division. So what we have here is A over B divided by C over D. Oh look, dividing 2 fractions. How do I divide 2 fractions?
Keep flip change. Keep change.
Keep, change, flip. So A over B
Times.
Times.
over C.
D over C. Okay, how do I multiply fractions?
AD over. Oh yeah. AD over BC.
Now I don't know about you, but I would much rather deal with this than this.
Yeah.
Yes? But these two are equal to each other. Alright. The other way you could think of it, and this is the way the book presents it, is that we have this, A over B over C over D. I don't like this big fraction, so I want to get rid of the bottom. I want to change what's on the bottom to 1. How can I change C over D? How can I change that to 1?
Multiplied by itself.
I can make anything 1 by multiplying it by,
Itself.
not itself, that'll square it, multiplying it by its,
Itself flip.
right, itself flip, or the, what's that called? What do we call it when we flip a fraction, or a number? The reciprocal.
Reciprocal.
So what do I have to multiply C over D by to get it to equal 1?
No, wait.
Shh. What do I have to multiply C over D by to get it to equal 1?
D over C. D over C.
Right, multiply by D over C. Okay, so C over D times D over C equals 1. What do I have to do though if I do something to the bottom of a fraction?
You gotta do it to the top.
The same thing to the top. So I have to multiply A over B by what?
B over A.
No. What did I multiply the bottom of the fraction by?
Oh, you gotta.
D over C.
So I got to multiply the top of the fraction by
D over C.
D over C, which is going to give me what on top?
AD over BC.
AD over BC. And since the bottom of the fraction is 1, I can ignore that. Okay, that's the other way to think of this. This is how the book presents it. I prefer this way though. Remember that it's division. And you know how to divide fractions. Keep, change, flip.
Dang. Ouch. Hurts. Wait, how was that the answer?
How is this the answer? Because what they asked us to do is simplify. To write this in a simpler form.
Alright, you can just cross that channel.
What?
No, you can just cross the other one out.
Cross what other one out?
The one on the bottom.
What?
The one on the bottom. The one on the bottom.
The what on the bottom?
The CD. The CD. The DC, the CD.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Right there. It says, alright, CD times DC. Right? D over C.
Yeah.
And that just crosses out to equal 1.
Right, equals 1, and then we ignore the one on the bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I wrote up here.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, yeah.
Can I try something on the board?
No.
Can you tell me if it's real or not? Or can you do it?
Can you tell if it's real or not? In a minute. Okay, let's do. Shh.
Alright, why?
Let's do one more. Let's do one that's a little bit more complicated. This is example 55.4 on the next page on 225. Let's do that one as an example here also. We'll do that one, then we'll do one of the practice ones, and then that'll be it. I think this is a pretty straightforward concept, as long as you remember how to multiply and divide fractions, which we've been doing all year, so hopefully you've at least realized that that's something that you need to learn if you haven't yet done so. So, we've got a over x over b over
A plus X.
a plus x. Okay, so how can we write that in a more compact, easier to deal with form? That's still equal.
Flip the bottom, and multiply it by itself, but then you multiply the bottom by the top.
Yeah, so we flip the bottom and multiply the top and the bottom by that. This will cancel out the bottom. So we've got a over x times what?
A plus X over B.
Yes. Notice all that we're doing is we're flipping the bottom when we bring it up. Whoa, it's like with our negative exponents or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like when we had 1 over x to the negative 2, which means 1 over x squared, yes?
Yeah.
Right?
Because X squared.
Oh, it's x squared. Look, it's the same thing happening here. We're flipping the bottom and multiplying the top by that. So when we multiply that, what will we get?
A squared plus X.
A squared plus
X.
Yes.
Oh, AX.
plus ax over
XB.
over bx. I like to write my variables in alphabetical order. You don't have to though. Right, because remember this is a times a plus x. So a times a is a squared, a times x is ax, and then bx. That's it.
Yay.
Not very difficult. Should we do one more? Let's actually do one more. Let's do, on page 226, this is practice A. We're going to do x over m over d. Ruh-roh.
How do you know which one is the? Never mind. So xm times 1 over d
xm,
over m times 1 over.
right, times 1 over d.
So
Because we took d and we flipped it.
Yeah.
The reciprocal of d is 1 over d. All right, so we get what?
X over md.
X over md, that's it. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, any questions about this?
No.
All right, so for tonight,
Please, no more.
Please.
you've got lots of time to start it. For tonight, problem set 55, you can skip the following. Skip numbers. 3, 9, 16, 26, and 28.